rallied.
These crossbows are like, nope! I'm out! "373 kills. That's the artillery I remember. You ran completely the wrong way there, guys.
Return to the fight.
Close support with kinda not the most accurate weaponry ever. It did its job! Every loss that we've suffered so far is within acceptable parameters. You actually recovered. Wow.
A unit is running from the enemy. Ready for battle. Warriors, on me.
You guys are just sitting there getting shot, so knights, just back off. Alright, here we go. Didn't like the Witcher game? Nah. Not in the slightest. Very disappointing overall. Oh, I thought you destroyed this. You did. Good.
Heavy cavalry!
Heavy cavalry? Medium cavalry? Liars! Oh, you're actually struggling a bit there. Do something about that.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
Alright, this time the knights had a bit more impact. Much better. Maharo, thank you very much for the 26-month resubscription. Very much appreciate that. Also, I should turn on the sound again. After the 50 gift subs earlier. Man, that was so incredibly generous. How do I do that again? Here we go. Alert box. Subscriptions. 24. Save. Now that should be working again. Theoretically. There we go. Huzzah! Coach Duke coming in with a 19-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that, Coach Duke. Huzzah indeed. Athelios, thank you for the follow. And Marth Ambles wants me to drink some tea. I can do that. Oh, there's...
Ready and waiting. Behind it for blood and battle. The enemy are losing their advantage. The men are broken and enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
Once again, our infantry units are just showing themselves to be completely underwhelming. I think I'm too used to playing as Scandinavians, who tend to have amazing heavy infantry.
God give us strength.
Spears up. You're going to stab the knights otherwise. Just go and stand there. Look at that wall. Put yourselves into the naughty corner. But actually, these crossbows are going to get all those kills. Hold on. And there's the victory. I'll take it. Close victory, but that will work. $921 losses versus their 2,291. Their javelins did a lot of damage. When was that? Must have been into some of the pikemen. 418 kills in that trebuchet. That's what I like to see. Any good options for the heavy troops? Are all them, or are they all kind of meh? They're all kind of meh, unfortunately. The best heavy infantry we have are the Textile Guild, Goedendags, and the... not Flemish Falcon Militia, the Sergeant Falcon Militia. Which this army doesn't have any of.
Commander? Ready for battle.
Oh, yeah, we do have dismounted connects, actually. They're a bit rarer and a lot more expensive, so we've only really just started using those. But I forgot, Bertrand's army, the one in Tunis, is actually quite strong now. And then these are the Sergeant Falconeers I was talking about. So those two are probably our best infantry, alongside these, the Textile Cutters Guild, Goedendags. They're our best offensive infantry. Like, the pikemen aren't bad, they're just terrible in sieges. Offensive sieges, pikemen just aren't good. Defensive sieges, they're great. If you need a choke point held, they will hold it. Anyway, we have just got Crusader Kings, so we can get the jousting lists and now also the military order fort. So we could start researching city gatehouses, which will get us closer to payment as a service, which gets us closer to lance units, although we'll also need the tail-mounted rudders for that. Or Catholic Basilica, which we need more. 8 turns, perfect. Because Tunis really needs to get the conversion going, so we need the upgraded Basilica here.
Ready for battle.
Meanwhile, Thierry has leveled up. Integrity for your commanded army. We didn't lose any units, so we're still at full strength in that. And let's see, what do we want? I think we probably want to go towards integrity. Yes, we do. Always. And hopefully you don't get assassinated straight away.
I shall see to the grain stores.
You're going to hang out up there, that's fine.
battle.
Godfroy. You can head back to Paris
I want hourly patrol.
with the intention of getting
Waiting
trebuchets.
for orders.
Alright, construction. Auvergne is getting the school. Burgundy is upgrading to the military order fort, which costs a meager 10 grand. Which allows us to get mounted sergeants and sergeant spearmen, crossbow sergeant. I thought we had those already. Oh, that's permanent recruitment. That's not like crusade recruitment. Different system. Flanders was going to build Architect's Workshop. Right? Yeah, you've already got a school. And the Architect's Workshop is the additional industry in production, which is what these two are. I thought I already built that. Apparently I didn't. Ile-de-France is going to get the jousting list, which allows us to finally get cavalry recruitment in Paris. And with that, that's all my money gone. We are actually broke. We're actually broke. Unbelievable. I successfully spent 120,000 ducats in about 3 turns. I mean, we did make some pretty significant purchases, namely vassalizing half of France. You know, the other half, the part I didn't already own. So the Upstalboom League, Duchy of Brabant, Electorate of Trier, and the Duchy of Lorraine, they're all vassals now. I bought them. We still need to get the Dauphin of Viennois. And possibly Toulouse, if we can. Mordred Viking subscribed again. How many Mordreds do we have? That was just a test. Just to see if the sounds were working. Can I show the political map? You mean that one? This is a really good Total War, isn't it? Yeah, Attila, I still maintain, he's probably my favourite Total War. I like Warhammer, but Attila, I just really like Attila. And this is a good mod for it. Could still do with a bit of balance, particularly in Western Europe. Could definitely do with some overviews on which factions are complete. Although, I did actually get a response on their channel. And there is, hang on, let me just go and open this. An overview to show which units are ready. Or which nations are ready. And you can find that overview, and let me just go and make a save for this for myself. Add page. This is Med Kingdoms unit, or nations, which shows the latest update as to what's actually available, and there we go. I think Attila is just a Rome 2 copy. See, it's not. It's absolutely not. And I think that it's very often painted with that brush because it came out fairly soon after Rome 2, but I think it's actually like even a different engine. It's not. Attila and Rome are quite different. The eras are similar because Attila is all about the fall of Rome, whereas Rome 2 is about the rise of Rome, but no, they're pretty different games. And Attila is really unfairly brushed with that same brush as Rome, and all of the launch problems that Rome had. People expected in Attila just weren't there. Like, yeah, there are one or two issues with Attila. Nothing like what Rome had when it came out, though. Attila keeps on being dismissed for undeserved reasons. Yeah, like Zilka just did. Okay, so if you take a look at the... In fact, I can probably share this. Let's... go and switch over to... Oh, I don't have the browser set up. Hang on, I can do that. Go ahead and duplicate you. We're going to call this browser. Oh no, we'll call this right. Rename. Right. Get rid of Attila. Add in display capture. Right. Which I apparently already have set up. I'm not seeing it. Whatever, it's sorted. So, this is the overview of all of the different factions which are actually in the game, with a key down here to show what's actually ready and playable. So dark green has all 3 tier units. So Flanders is indeed one, Brabant is indeed one. Denmark isn't, as is shown here. Scotland isn't. And then the blue ones are unplayable, has regional units. So Bologna, Savoy, Chernigov, Wales. Oh, so Wales is in from the start of the game. Okay, that's interesting. And Denmark owns the Hunter territory, but I guess they lose it. Olive green has all 3 tiers, just needs a major revamp. See, that's the Latin Empire. I disagree with that tag, actually, for Latin Empire, because they don't have all 3 tiers. They have the early tier, and then they have the Holy Orders. Light green, factions being worked on, some revamped, some new. Where's light green? I guess they mean that one. Oh no, that's probably olive green. So the Abbasids has all 3 tiers, but needs a revamp. Light green is these guys. Factions being worked on, some revamped, some new. So these are the ones that are still in active development. They are not ready to play as. Light green's what you called olive. Yeah, I think so. So that's Kiev, that's Latin Empire. Like, these are all nations that are being recommended to me, but they're just not ready yet. Scotland. Denmark is apparently in that list, although Denmark's roster feels a lot more complete than Latin Empire's did. Blue, unplayable, leads regional units. So that's places like the Upstalbom League, which I really hope they make playable. Brandenburg, Pomerania. Like, there are quite a few nations which I think would be interesting. Orange has 1 tier. So the Iubids, only 1 tier, so they're only really playable in the first era. And then red has nothing, not even enough for a tier, which is Alania. See, I really wish they would put that detail in the faction descriptions, because there's no way of linking to this in the game itself. I'm just going to report that. So, anyway, there you go. So in the future, if we did play again, Spain could be interesting. Spain has a lot of stuff around it. So Castile is actually complete. So is our... Hang on, that doesn't correspond with this, though. So this is their development overview. And Castile, I'm pretty sure... Oh, doesn't actually... Huh. Oh, it's because, yeah, they don't feature at all in this. So what I've been using previously as my resource was this thing. See, all the information's so everywhere. It needs to be centralized and it needs to be in-game. I was basically doing a search, and then some of the nations, which is how I found out that Denmark is still current faction roster development, so it's in development as Denmark, aren't ready. And then some of the others, like Flanders, are in archives. Stupid sexy Flanders. Here, archive. Flanders, so Flanders clearly is actually done. Although Wales is apparently in the archive, but Wales is not done, according to this image. Oh, it's unplayable as regional units. So I wonder why it's unplayable. Because playing as Wales with their exceptional longbows would be kind of interesting versus England. Yeah, okay. So the dark blues are done. So playing in England could... Well, no, because Scotland and Ireland, your main enemies, don't have it. Playing in Italy could be interesting. Like Milan or Switzerland or Sicily. I was really tempted to go with Sicily. There was a reason I didn't do Sicily. What was it? Sicily's in the archive. No, Sicily was a candidate. Unfortunately, Anatolia and Greece, not done yet. Otherwise, like Latin Empire would be really interesting. All of the Byzantine successors sounds really interesting because they're all at each other's throats. Like, this is going to be where there's a lot of action, which has been lacking over here. And I'd also like to try Kiev, like Russia with Norse influences. Sileki wants me to drink some tea. And Mr. Jake, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Too many factions aren't complete, and it doesn't list that they're not complete in the game itself. Like Alania is selectable even though they don't even have tier 1 units yet. It should put a big frickin' warning in the description saying, this faction doesn't have tier 1 units, not recommended. So yeah, a lot of the Middle and Far East, well, Middle East, not yet complete. Some bits are, like Antioch and Jerusalem, but all of their neighbours aren't really. So I think I would probably wait until more of Anatolia is finished, and I'm surprised the Iubids, considering they're like the target of every single crusade, being that little developed. Anyway, now you know as much as I do. Good that Spain is complete. Yeah, Spain is complete. Which we now know, which we didn't before. Because Spain's not even listed in the development overview. But now we know. Now we know. Were the Almohads? Yeah, the Almohads are ready. So Spain would be a really good choice. Portugal, Castile, Navarre, Toulouse, Aragon, Almohads, the Marinids, Hafsids, those are all ready. So maybe playing as Aragon. You're as smart as the streamer is, finally. I'm just trying to give you as much information as I have access to at the moment. Once you download the mod 1212 AD, do you need to download another mod to update for the game? So you need to make sure you have the base Medieval Kingdoms 1212 as well as all of the sub-mods associated to it. If you type in... Well, if you're already on the page on Steam, there should be a list of all the other required mods. And there should also be a collection which just has them all. So just... on that main page, go to the one collection that's listed and just download everything on that collection. And then make sure they're all enabled and in the right load order. Okay, so... Yeah, on the workshop. I've completely forgotten what I was doing. We destroyed a bunch of buildings, we're out of money. I think we're end. Philippe has an unused ability. Philippe is in Dijon. And Philippe is a governor. So you make me some more money. And then I guess construction cost reduction. Because the public order... yeah, public order in Dijon is good enough. Besides, we're building the military order fort, which will actually give more. Military order unit cap +2. Oh, so we're going to be able to get some more units with this as well. Sweet. And in fact, with the priory that we're building in Roskilde, we should get even more cap. Cool.
Take this subsidy. Our treasuries were overfull.
You really want to piece me out, don't you? Man, you're at war with a lot of people. Me, England, Navarra, Aragon, Castile, Portugal, and the Marinids. So actually playing as the Almohads with that many enemies would be quite interesting. No. Sorry. I still want to see one of your armies come after me. Hasn't happened yet, though. And then I think that the priest from Tunis needs to move over here to Quansicia to just keep it a little bit more stabilized. Although you're going to try and murder the priest again, aren't you? Please don't. Damn it! Why are you so effective?
I respectfully request that we could...
3 attacks and 3 kills. Just like that. And he was a level 1. He's now a level 3. Non-aggression with Connacht. No, because I'm fully expecting England to go after you.
I am certain.
Same with you. Priest killing expert right there. Kind of is. Target rich environment. Assassin's Creed. That was a... Wait, no, that's a encouraged descent. Fortunately, the wounds will heal given time. He's going to have a lot of negatives because of all the times he's been assassinated. Right, start from the bottom. Starting with you, because you actually need to get things repaired. And you need to be converted. I think that these are all going to be castles, just so I can have big defences down here in North Africa. We can always flip them to being metropolises later, if we decide that that is what we need.
Your command. At your command.
In the meantime, this army could march on to Algiers. We have the technology.
None will escape. Besieging settlement.
Henceforth, he shall be known as Brother Adrian, the frequently almost martyred. I might actually stay here a couple of turns.
None will escape.
Siege this place down a bit more. Oh, and it's a port. Well, actually, so is Tunis. Cool. You are almost in Paris.
Would that I were as swift as the angels. You there, get to work.
Okay, we can get trebuchets. I can just afford
Are you ready
both
to serve?
trebs. Just. 25 ducats remaining. Marvellous. However, I'll have another 11 grand next turn. I need a provincial governor. I can't afford a provincial governor. Mathieu. This is our governor of Roskilde. And I think we're going to have you go to the public order. Simon, who is the leader of Rouen, is going to go for the construction, I think. Onwards. Next turn, hopefully we can afford the governor. And you're going to go try and murder my general again, aren't you? Thankfully I'm far enough away that you couldn't. So England has quite a few big armies.
I am certain that with
HRE is getting a little bit concerned about the expansionist ambitions of Flanders. Just ever so slightly concerned. Just a little bit.
we have long admired your powerful armies. Can you not commit their efforts to attack these people?
Okay, Upstalbaum wants me to join the... No! Yeah, that was an unreasonable request. You want me to build a religious building in 3 turns? These are so unreasonable. Build me an entire cathedral! You have a year. These things usually take like a... You have a year! Oh. Usually take a century.
For death and honor.
You're about to get murdered.
Victory.
I replace you with the guy that was the Edward. Edward's back.
Hear us, Lord. For
And
death
the next thing I'm going to do on Edward
honor.
is, do we have any other murder resistances? No. That's unfortunate.